Well, hello world, and welcome right back into my garden. It's a fabulous Saturday morning, and I have added a few things to the garden that I'll be sharing with you this morning. So I finally planted out some ginger. They have not yet sprung up, but I have planted ginger, I've planted turmeric. Um, I have sowed seeds that are now germinating, and I'm gonna be showing you. I have, what else have I done in the last week? Oh, I have mulched all my in-ground beds. Yes, and I have mulched some of my pots. The pots with the garlics and the pot with the onion have been mulched. The one with the tomato, the bin with the tomato has been mulched. And I have mulched my hmm, cocoa. Yes, the cocos have been mulched as well. All right, so I'll be showing you those as well as some seedlings that I have planted, some for myself, some for a friend for whom I am going to start a garden. Yeah. So stay tuned now. Let me show you all that is about to transpire. In this cell, or in these cells, I have beet. I don't know what this is. Um, I have a problem, folks. I don't label. Um, because I swear I can remember exactly what I put where, but it's not true. All right, so this tray is mine. So I know I planted beet, I planted flowers, marigold and impatiens. I planted onions, chards. What else did I plant for myself? I think I planted some okras. Yep, and three different types of kale. I found a packet of red Russian kale, my favorite kale. I know it's viable because almost every single one is germinated. Yep. So I planted Lasianato kale and I also planted blue curl kale. I think this is a Lasianata, so it's only one of that come up. All right, moving on. So this tree I set for a friend of mine. Um, that I'm going to be starting a garden for. So it have impatiens. I can tell you that these are impatiens because I remember where I put them. These are string beans. I think right here I did some okras for him. None have germinated, so I'm beginning to believe I need to go and buy okra seeds. These are beetroots that I sowed for him. Don't remember what this is. If it's a cabbage. I know this is marigold. I'm a little better on his side than I am on mine. I know I planted some tomatoes. Yeah, this is tomato. I did lettuce as well. I did onions, some of the onions coming up over here. I did um, Swiss chard. I know that's a yellow Swiss chard over there. That much I can tell. So yes, I have, this is what, 3 days in the making? 4 days. 4 days in the making. So this has 4 days minus 5. Um, I found myself some sweet potato. So all right. I, like Marie from Farming on the Rocks, like to put vegetable scrap in my grow bins or beds. So I had put these in a bin that I had planted. What did I plant in that bin? I don't remember. Anyhow, I found better soil and I decided I was going to refresh the soil in the bin. So, it's in the onion, that bin that I have onion in. So I found better soil and I decided I was going to unearth the onions. Yep, that's me. So I unearthed the onions and dumped that soil out. And lo and behold, I realized that the potato peel that was in there had begun to sprout up. So I took them out, potted them up, and this is what they are. I think this is the variety that they call ganja. Yeah. If that is what this is, then I am happy because this is the only variety that I have ever grown and I've gotten produce from. So yes, so this is one section. I think this had 6 slips, and I have 2 more slips in another container. Yep, same variety. All right, let us move along. So in this bin, I dumped an entire bag of escallion, and they are beginning to germinate. So those fine little green top things you see coming up in there, those are escallion. All righty, I'm going to show you something else. This is my Danvers half-long carrots. They have begun to germinate. Yes. This is what, 5 days in? So what I did was I sowed the seeds, ensure that the soil was intensively watered. I watered before I sowed the seed. Then after I sowed the seed, I covered it with another layer of soil. And then I watered that in. And I covered it over with a plastic bag. It was covered over for 4 days. This morning I came out to look again. Yesterday morning, nothing was up. This morning I came, I realized that germination had started. So I have removed the bag because I don't want them to become too leggy. You're right, because that is the issue I have. Because the table on which I have the seedlings not getting as much sun as it used to, they have grown really long. So I'm going to be planting them nonetheless. Let's move on. So this is in-ground bed number 1. And I am really happy at the progress that I am seeing. So I read somewhere that if you soak orange peel in water, which is what I did. So I soaked the orange peel in water. I did it for 3 days. And the water became so infused with the orange peel that as you open the bin, you can smell the citrusness. So this is what I've been using as a insect repellent on my garden. So every 3 days, I have been spraying. Thanks be to God, thus far, I have not seen any of my nemesis called the stink bug on any of my plant. So I'm advising you all, try it. It's free. All of us buy oranges. So instead of throwing the peel out, just get a bucket and call that bucket your insecticide bucket, and just every 3 days. It can be tedious, but trust me, so far it has been working. I have not had a single stinky around here on anything because I've been applying that particular method every 3 days. So right now I have one set up. I used it when yesterday morning I sprayed and I set one up. So that one will be used on Sunday. Alrighty. Moving on. Alright. I finally chopped the canna lilies down. The sun around this part still has not become much over the lettuce side, which is my plus because I don't want my lettuce in a lot of sun. And my lettuces are making fabulous progress, guys. I can actually harvest lettuce from my lettuce for Sunday for one, lettuce on Sunday. The tomato are growing in this bed as well. This one, all right. So I gave them a little special treatment the other day. I mixed up some vinegar, baking soda, brown sugar, and a tap of salt, and I poured it at the roots, and they have sprung up a little bit better. They too have been treated with my citrus insect spray. Right, so let me pan you around now. So this is my other cabbage bed that was not getting any sunlight at all. So now you see that the sun is now hitting this bed because I have chopped down the canna lilies that was blocking the sun. Yep. So I am hoping that now that they are getting some sunlight, that they will really thrive. Moving along. So here we are at the garlic. So I read somewhere that you can actually plant garlic in January. So when I read it, I went out and I bought garlic in early December, refrigerated the garlics, and I planted them out. I think it was about 5 days ago. And I have had what? I planted 20 because I don't want to overfill the containers because I'm hoping to get quality size garlic. So the vernalization period that these get was exactly 6 weeks. Because I think I bought it the 1st or the 2nd of January, somewhere around about there, that I bought the garlics and refrigerated them. And I planted them, I think, on the, today's what, the 19th? I think I planted them on the 14th of January. Yes, somewhere there. Mm-hmm. Right. So I wanted to look. I think the variety I found, because I bought these locally. Um, so they did feel like it was a hard neck variety that I get. But I'm praying that whatever it is, that they will actually bear fruit. So the onions are in a different soil, and already I have seen improvement. It is a lighter soil. I scored some leaf mold, sifted it out, and incorporated some coconut coir into it, and it is as light as a feather. Added back a portion of the soil that was in this bin because it was teeming with worms, and I really want the worms to continue to eat and to poop, and to fertilize my plants. So yeah, I added back a portion of that as well as some of the scraps that were in it. Yep. So that's my onion bin. And I have covered the soil because I want to retain the moisture and not to water every day like I've been doing. So this is the other container with garlic. Um, I want you to see them. Um, I was the first time I planted garlic. When I planted the garlics, what I did was to create the soil. The first time I planted garlic, I planted it in decomposed sawdust, and I mixed in some manure in it. Then I covered it with lye. That's not what I did. I put the garlics in it, and then I covered it down with a thick water mulch. So when the garlics grew, they came up through the mulch. And what I did was to fertilize and do everything on top of the mulch. And when it get watered, the whatever I put on there would seep in and go at the roots and stuff. Like I said, I harvested them way too early, so all I ended up with was just some round bulbs, and they weren't even large. Some round bulbs, but I use them in my kitchen nonetheless. Yep. So let me take you over to the other tomatoes and show you what progress they have made. All right, so here we are at the triangular bin that has 4 tomatoes in there. And they too were treated with the solution that I made from the vinegar, baking soda, sugar, and salt, right? Um, and they too have been sprayed with my citrus insecticide, and so far so good. Everything has remained clean and is looking lush. Yes, my people, that's what's going on the vegetable side just now. Stay tuned for further updates as I seek to improve and to expand my garden in this 2025. To all my new subscribers, thank you for coming on board. To all my oldies but goodies, thank you too for making it yard steading in Jamaica. To all my fellow gardening enthusiasts, Marie from Farming on the Rocks, Stacy from Gardening with Stacy, Blessings from the Garden, and all the other folks that I have subscribed to their channel and enjoy their video. My prayers for all of us this year is that we will have bumper crops, yes, that our gardens will thrive and that we will thrive along with our gardens. Until we meet again on this same channel, this is Anne saying, have a blessed day and Jagai.